Hey guys, welcome back. Thanksgiving is right around the corner. You're probably going to eat too much, and you're probably not going to feel good afterwards. But this little bottle is going to bring you back from the post Thanksgiving coma. Let's check it out. So, before we talk about this little guy right here, let's talk about what Amaro is. Amaro is Italian for bitter, and it's just a neutral spirit that's infused with different botanicals. Despite the name bitter, there are some Amari that are actually kind of sweet, and there's a huge wide spectrum of what Amari can be, and we're gonna look at a few of them today. Let's start with Cynar. First thing you probably notice is the artichoke on the label, but this doesn't taste like artichoke. Cynar is an Amaro that's made with artichoke and 13 other plants and herbs. It's from Milan, Italy, and it was founded in 1952. It came to popularity in the 1960s through an ad campaign that featured a famous Italian actor, and the tagline they used was Cynar against the strain of modern life.
Ah, bene.
Cynar is a dark brown Amaro with savory and earthy notes and a sweet caramelly finish. We're going to follow the recipe on the back of the bottle here, and we're going to mix Cynar with some Coke. So to start, we are going to grab a Collins glass, grab some ice, and some Coke. I'm going to throw a few cubes of ice into our glass. Following Toby Maloney's advice, I like to start highballs with a bottoming of Coke. And then to this, we're going to add 1.5 ounces of Cynar. And we'll go ahead and top off the rest of the drink with Coke. Alright, the next Amaro we're going to talk about is Fernet-Branca. This is a pretty polarizing Amaro, or actually it's a Fernet. A Fernet is pretty much an Amaro. It's just a higher alcohol by volume, and it's more mentholy. Fernets are a whole class of their own thing, and I think for the most part everyone in the States is somewhat familiar with Fernet-Branca. Fernet-Branca is also from Milan, Italy. It was created in the 1850s, and depending on who you ask, you're going to get two different origin stories. The first origin story is Mr. Fernet, a Swedish chemist, met Mr. Branca, an herbalist, and together they came up with Fernet-Branca. However, if you ask the distillers at Fernet-Branca, what they will tell you is there are a lot of hot and cold infusions going on, and one of those infusions is with aloe. The aloe is mixed with hot water in an iron pail and then mixed with an iron ladle, and when the iron ladle comes out, the ladle is super pale in color, and in Milanese dialect, Fernet means clean iron. So I think that's probably a more logical story. There are only two places in the entire world that distill Fernet-Branca. One is in Milan, Italy, and the other is in Argentina. Argentinians love Fernet-Branca so much, they actually made their national cocktail, Fernet and Coke, and we're gonna make one of those right now. So to start, just like Cynar and Coke, we're just going to get a highball, throw in a few ice cubes. I like to start with a bottoming of Coke, and then we're going to do 1.5 ounces of Fernet. And we're going to spill it all over the cutting board. Try not to do that when you're making yours. We're going to top the rest with Coke. Alright, the next Amaro we're going to talk about is Amaro Montenegro. Amaro Montenegro is from Bologna, Italy. It was created in 1885 and it was named after Princess Elena Montenegro. This Amaro is made up of 40 herbs and botanicals, and this is probably the sweetest of the Amari that we've looked at today, and it has notes of tangerine, orange peel, and it has a pretty sweet finish. So for this one, I'm actually just going to serve this straight over the rocks. So for this, we're going to start with our rocks glass. And for this, I'm not going to measure, I'm just going to pour what looks right to me. And finally, we are going to take a look at this little guy. This is one of my favorite Amari. I like to get this at a local bar if they have it. It's just a fun little thing to do after a meal. And some of you might recognize this already. It's pretty iconic labeling, but this is in fact an Underberg. You can't see the label. Ooh. Underberg is a German Amaro that was created in 1846 by Hubert Underberg in Rheinberg, Germany. So Underberg used to come in a normal size bottle and various other size bottles until 1949, when, to avoid counterfeit, the company started making these on-the-go daily digestif bottles. I really like their slogan. It claims, "Drink after a good meal to feel bright and alert." It even gives you drinking instructions, and it says explicitly, this is not to be sipped, this is to be taken all at once. One really cool thing I like about Underberg is their loyalty program. So you can see I've got a bunch of caps. If you save up a bunch of caps and then send them back to the manufacturer, you can trade them in for different Underberg branded things, hats to glasses, umbrellas, you name it, they have it. So if you see these at a bar, go ahead, order one, give one a try to feel bright and alert, and hang on to the caps. You can turn them back in. Cool stuff. So now we're gonna go ahead and give these all a sip, but first, here's to feeling good all the time. Oh yeah, I'm bright and alert. So first up, let's try the Cynar and Coke. This is one of my favorite combinations. I just discovered within the last couple months after reading the back of the Cynar bottle. It lends a new depth of flavor to Coke that I really like, and it honestly doesn't make the Coke any more bitter. But I mean, Coke could stand to be a little bit less sweet. This is one of my all-time favorites. Check it out, see how you like it for yourself. Let's try Argentina's national cocktail, Fernet and Coke. Oh, no, that's awful. It tastes like you just brushed your teeth and then drank a bunch of Coke. Yeah, I don't see how that's refreshing at all. Maybe you'll like it, give it a try. And finally, let's try the Amaro Montenegro. Oh, that's so good. You can just drink that by itself. I love Amaro Montenegro. Hey, so that's all I got for you this week. Go ahead and give these a try. At the very least, try any kind of Amaro after you eat your Thanksgiving meal to get over the post-Thanksgiving coma. And as always, if you like these videos, go ahead and leave a like and subscribe. Let me know which one of these drinks you like in the comment section below, and we'll see you next time.